Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about something really interesting and important, the global cities. So think of them as the superheroes of our interconnected world. They are the main drivers of our economy, culture, and new ideas on a global scale. Now these cities are really special because they have unique qualities. Things like being super strong economically, being home to so many different cultures, and having a lot of political power. But even superheroes have weaknesses, right? Global cities face big challenges too. And we're talking about things like the growing gap between the rich and the poor and the environmental issues. One of the biggest problems and something we really need to focus on is how different living conditions can be within the cities. The amazing benefits of being connected globally often don't reach everyone, especially our marginalized communities, meaning those who live in the poorer areas. Right here in the Philippines, our very own Manila is a great example of this. You can see sprawling slums right next to thriving business districts, and it is a clear picture of the problem. This shows us why it is so important to find ways to deal with these inequalities in global cities so that all the good things they offer can benefit everyone, no matter their background and or how much money they have. So what exactly makes a city a global city? Let's look at what the experts say. According to a famous sociologist named Saskia Sassin, who was mentioned by Borer in 2020, global cities are like the main offices for really advanced services and communication tools. These are super important for running and managing all the big economic activities around the world. So think about it. This is where the headquarters of large companies, especially those that operate in many different countries, tend to gather. Great example of these global cities are New York, London, Tokyo, Paris, and Singapore. Now when we talk about global cities, another cool concept comes up, the cosmopolitanism by Stiger back in 2014. It said that this idea is most connected to global cities. Why? Because these big diverse cities attract people, products, and cultures from all over the world. When you hear cosmopolitanism, it usually makes you think of nice things like traveling, exploring new places, and enjoying a worldly lifestyle. These are often things enjoyed by people who've really benefited from globalization and can, in a way, see themselves as citizens of the world. So, what are these defining attributes? While the context in which they operate has evolved, the core characteristics of a global city have remained fairly consistent over time. Let's explore them. First and perhaps most prominently is their status as an economic powerhouse. Global cities are major economic hubs, contributing significantly to both national and regional economies. As highlighted by the World Bank in 2021, they are characterized by thriving financial markets, incredibly diverse industries, and a high concentration of multinational corporations. They are where the global economy truly hums. Next, we have cultural diversity. These cities are renowned for their rich cultural tapestry and truly cosmopolitan populations. They act as magnets, attracting people from all corners of the globe, which leads to a vibrant mix of languages, traditions, and cuisines. As the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization noted in 2020, they are also home to world-renowned cultural institutions acting as global centers of art and heritage. Third, global cities boast unparalleled connectivity and infrastructure. They possess world-class infrastructure, including massive international airports, bustling seaports, and extensive transportation networks. The International Air Transport Association in 2020 highlighted the role as critical nodes in the global flow of people, goods, and information. Think of London Heathrow Airport, a perfect example of an established hub for countless international airlines. Beyond just travel, these cities also house major sports facilities, are home to team in major league sports, and have the historical experience and capability to host international sporting events like the Olympics or World Cups. Fourth, global cities are hotbeds of innovation and knowledge. They are home to leading universities, cutting edge research institutions, and thriving innovation clusters. As the World Intellectual Property Organization indicated in 2021, these cities drive groundbreaking research, technology development, and faster creative industries. They are where new ideas are born and cultivated. Our fifth attribute is their dominance in business and financial services. Global cities host major financial centers and expansive business districts. They play a pivotal role in global finance, offering a vast array of financial services including banking, investments, and insurance as emphasized by the Global Financial Centers Index in 2021. They are also characterized by the presence of international financial institutions, major law firms, and globally significant stock exchange such as the New York Stock Exchange. And the sixth one, global cities exert significant political and cultural influence. These cities often serve as centers for diplomacy, cultural production, and media. The Hague Institute for Innovation of Law in 2021 highlighted the role in shaping global agendas, policies, and trends. They are characterized by active influence and participation in international events and world affairs. A prime example of this is the United Nations headquarters in New York City. So that was all my report all about, and the remaining topics will be discussed by my co-reporters. That's all. Thank you.